Hello and welcome back to Weyermann's Whimsy. Today we are going to make this Have a Beautiful Day card. I used the Watercolor Shapes, this large circle and a small circle, and I used a variety of stamps from the very Versailles set. I used the leaves, I used the Have a Beautiful Day, and I used the letters in the background. So I also used a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 paper from the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. That's the other side of this one, but I just thought it looked really soft and nice behind it. So I've got a smoky slate card base. I've got, as I said, the 5 1/4 by 4 Beauty of the Earth DSP, and I've got a piece of white cardstock. We're going to stamp on it and then cut out using one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and the greeting will also be using the smallest of the Stitched So Sweetly dies. So let's just start building the card. So in the smoky slate, I used the background and I did it as a second value. So I came in, just going to pull a piece of scrap paper out to stamp off. So in the smoky slate, I inked up the stamp, stamped it away to get that first value off, and then stamped it down. I just wanted that hint in the background, not a lot of color with it. So I'm just going to put that one aside, and I'm going to pull in the Blushing Bride with the large circle. And I'm just going to ink it up and just pop it down towards the bottom and just slightly off to the side. This will dry a lot lighter. It looks quite dark now, but you can see the difference. It actually does lighten up. So then I'm going to come in again with the smoky slate and the smaller circle. I'm just going to pop one at the top, and these are full value. One towards the bottom, and then one kind of over there like that. And then I'm going to come in with the leaves from the very Versailles and do them in Pear Pizzazz. And what I did is I came in, I inked up, and I came in with first value, kind of wanting it to angle up over the edge, and then I came in second value as well, just so there's a little hint of the Pear Pizzazz towards the bottom. Then I take this whole thing and I run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss with the larger of the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and you can figure out where you want to put it. I'm going to have it about there, and this one I am going to use a sticky note or two just to hold it in place because my cutting mat is just a little bit warped. So I'll run that through, sandwich it up, run it through, and I've got it on a little bit of an angle as always so that it doesn't put a lot of stress on the machine. And let's just pop that off like that. And we will take off the Post-it or the sticky notes. We can put all that to the side. So there is our piece for the front of the card. When I first did the card, I had it like this, like that, with the greeting just off to the side at the bottom. And it really struck me that was really effective. And I played around with leaving it like that. And then I went through my designer series paper and saw this one. I think the effects are, there's two different effects to this. This is really, it really focuses on the piece in the middle because of the darker border. This one really softens up the card. So I do actually prefer the softer version, though this is very effective as well. So I also need to stamp the greeting and cut it out with these small smallest of the stitched, stitched so sweetly dies. So I am going to just grab another scrap of paper because I didn't leave enough room on that first one to cut it out. So this is just a really pretty little have a beautiful day. And that looks good. So we'll close up the ink pad again. This is a really pretty combination of colors. The Blushing Bride, Smoky Slate, and Pear Pizzazz. Those three colors together are really, really nice. They create a nice soft card. So we are going to pop this down, and this die fits just perfectly. To line it up, you need to have the bottom of the die just at the bottom of the word day. And what that does is the curly Q kind of goes into the scalloped edge. So I'm just going to use a sticky note to hold that down. I'll run it through the machine. And when you have small pieces like this, that's when one of the mini cut and emboss machines would be really useful, because you wouldn't have to crank it all the way through the larger machine. But we make do with what we have. So we just move the sticky note, pop out our greeting, and I dimensionalize the greeting. So let's go ahead and build the card. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal to adhere the DSP, again cut 5 1/4 by 4, to the front of the Smoky Slate card base. I'm just going to line it up. So I'll move that so you can see. I'm just going to line it up along the edge, drop it down, smooth it out. And this I put directly on the card front, and then I just dimensionalized up the Have a Beautiful Day just to kind of pop it out. So again, this one, you line it up so it's nice and straight, and then drop it down and put dimensionals on the back of the greeting, and we are all done. And as usual, you could do this in all kinds of different colorways. You could do the really warm tones in the Merry Merlot and Night of Navy. You could do it in really bright hues like Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay. Whatever works for you, whatever the mood is that you want to create with the card, and whatever the tastes are of the person that you're making it for. So there we go. There is a completed Have a Beautiful Day card using stamps from the Watercolor Shapes and Very Versailles. Thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.